Hi, how's it going? This is Resident of Colin. I'm here to review J.P. Betancourt's continuing blog series, The Return of Dark Shadows, Series 10, Chapter 8, a Lycan Awakening. And kids, on that note, you can't see what's in my hand here. When you're reading a werewolf story and you're preparing for the inevitable, you gotta come prepared. See, I'm prepared for any werewolf. I promised Cynthia Robinson I would not club a werewolf over the head with this. I may have to break that promise now. I'm kidding. But, no, this was really good. Julia Hoffman is walking down downtown Collinsport. She runs into Maggie Evans, and there's a lot of history between those two characters. Again, Maggie was Julia's former patient, and I like that. You have Maggie, who obviously, with all the situations involving her encounters with Serena, because she's dating Sebastian and Jeffrey Shaw, she did not know Julia Hoffman was alive. Now, she is shocked to see Dr. Hoffman back alive, but she's not shocked of who might have did it. Barnabas, man. Barnabas is a key to a lot of shit that goes down in Collinsport, and he probably always will be. Um, the dude causes some shit. He's not the only one, though, too. Um, I like confliction in characters, and that's what I'll say that I love the most with these characters. They're so well written, they make you. JP brings these characters life with the confliction, really, as much as he does the setting. The confliction in the characters really makes you feel for him, whether you like him or hate him. Like Jeffrey Shaw, I say it here and I laugh, I say he's a dickhead. But in the same sense, I don't think he's had a lack of confliction. I think his confliction is what drove him to want to fix his son. Of He felt as long as his son was in that coma, he was failing as a father. And as a dad, I could understand that. I'm not sitting here saying he was right for what he did. He wasn't, not at all. But I understood the confliction of his character. Um, he does die off in this story. I'm not trying to jump around. I know I just did there. I will get to the werewolf, but I definitely want to get to the character confliction, which I love so much. I love the confliction of what's going to be David. You know, he probably wishes now he would have drove the two girls. Um, I just think the aftermath of this is going to be, so what if, this would happen, that would have happened. Um, what if David would have went on? That's going to be something David, I'm sure, is going to think about. Um, David and Silverhorn were talking about Barnabas Caroline's daughter. Um, and she knows where Caroline went. So, and no, I did not steal this from Barnabas. This is mine. Okay, this cane is mine. Um, God damn it. Again, you have a really great character confliction, and I love the confliction from Julia, who almost did not want to talk. She didn't really want to talk to Maggie. She wanted to let Maggie know she was back. But once she does, they do talk, and I love the interaction between the two. It was just like you see two very familiar characters, and you're taken. And then here's Julia Hoffman, who, yes, has done some questionable things in her life, but you do feel for her about her seeing her daughter. She wants to go over. She just wants to, or sorry, her granddaughter. She wants to go over when she sees her get in a car with. Um, Now she doesn't know who the guy is, but Maggie tells her and what he's done, and she sort of like slumps. And then all hell breaks loose. You have Serena and Alexander who are trying to get um, Andrew Shaw, sorry, Andrew Shaw to his dad before he changes. They gave him some painkillers and stuff, but it didn't really help. And, well, he changed into the werewolf. She was going at like 105 miles per hour. They hit Serena and Alexander. Now Serena's driving. Hits in town. Hits Dr. Jeffrey Shaw and Quinn's car. The car of Shaw and Quinn's flips over while you have severe injuries to Alexander and injuries to Serena as well. Andrew, he's a fucking werewolf, man. He's just fine. He's got fur, fangs, and teeth, and he's ready to kick some ass. I'm a huge fan of supernatural things, and is that what hooked me on Dark Shadows? No, but I do love Dark Shadows for this, because I felt Dark Shadows just doesn't get enough credit for it. You really have this. This was really well built by J.P. Betancourt. The from the fear of turning to the turn, and like all great werewolf storyteller. Now, not that this has been solely based upon a werewolf. It hasn't. This whole story, I mean, like the whole chapters. But this here made me hark back to things like the original Wolfman, American Werewolf London, The Howling. Anytime someone tells you a part of a story about a werewolf, it's always build the turn and then turn, and that is done very well and very correctly here. I can't applaud that enough, and it's just an amazing story, and it was very, very intense, and the tension just came forward here on this chapter and then on this night of this story. And you had so many things. You had the car turning over with Jeffrey Shaw and Quinn. You had Jeffrey Shaw's death. You had Quinn getting pulled out the car, who's just in pain and hurting. You have Serena and Alexander who are in pain and who are hurting. You have Maggie who got slashed in the face, and she thought that was Sebastian. She did not know that was Andrew Shaw. She thought it was her son Sebastian, because he could turn into the werewolf too at one point in time. And I thought that was very, very well done. With you thought, oh, here's Maggie. Oh my God, her mindset is, oh my God, that's my son. You know, that's what she thought instantly. And I like that. I like that you have her mind is elsewhere. She's not. She gets scratched and stuff. And the werewolf eventually runs away. Because, like all animals, you know, animals will more fear you than you fear them. But it is still out there. And that's a constant. That's something I like too. Instead of just staying there, he had it run away. And running away means now it could be anywhere. And that's a big, big fear. The story was very tense. It was very well built here with this chapter leading up to this change here. And it was just, it paid off here, this chapter here. And I enjoyed the confliction of these characters, because I want to see how conflicted they are all going to be. Plus, you still have Angelique out there. So there is many, many dangers out there. The werewolf, Angelique. You have a lot of intensity going on, as there's only 2 chapters left. Looking forward to definitely reading the next 2 and reviewing the next 2. Very, very well done. I enjoy this because, again, the character confliction has always been there, and you really want that out of characters. You want confliction, and you want the build of those characters through that, and that's been well done here. 10 times over, man. Definitely link's gonna be in the description as always, guys. And Andrew, buddy, if I see it come my way, man, I can't make no promises. That's all I'm gonna say. You guys have a good night. Like, share, comment, subscribe. I'll see you on the next one.